like and subscribe to my channel, or I won't invite you to my birthday party. Soldiers of Reddit. What was something that was so funny even the drill sergeant couldn't help but giggle? You have about 30 seconds to unfrick yourself starting 28 seconds ago. I don't know if that was an old saying amongst all of them, or he made it up on the spot, but goddamn did I almost freaking lose it. I think Shti, that good as passed down through the generations. Some private hears his DS say it, and years later he's repeating it. Fort Benning. Drills were searching for contraband after a private was found with chewing tobacco. One of the DS got a broom handle and started pushing the ceiling tiles up to see if anything would slide out. A happy sock fell out and hit him in the face. The other DS walked off into the office. He was cough laughing the whole time. We were smoked into oblivion. OMG, I have the best story for this. Basic training. Some dude was getting a reprimand from the course officer because he was a bag of fail. He got briefed by the platoon sergeant beforehand to march to the door, salute the officer, and wait to be instructed what to do. But this guy was as dumb as a brick, so he marches to the door and stands there looking stupid. The sergeant waits a good long while hoping this kid will clue in, and nothing happens. Finally he yells at him, "Well, aren't you going to pay compliments to the officer?" And numpty stammers for a bit and finally chirps out, "You're looking really nice today, sir." Sergeant yells at him to GTFO and slams the door, and the entire course staff nearly die from laughter. It took an hour for us to stop laughing long enough to call him back and actually give him the reprimand. I was on the floor with tears in my eyes. 4 years afterwards, anytime we would see that officer we would stop him to tell him he was looking nice. It never stopped being funny. From a friend at Alt, they were fast roping down off towers and there was one guy that was deathly afraid of heights, but was still making his way to par, and he was just standing there, and the instructor yells something along the lines of "Stop being a sissy and go." He proceeds to jump into the rope, lose his grip, and fall the entire way down, while screaming "AAULT" until he hit the ground. He broke his arm, and had to go with the next clown. Someone in basic threw their half-eaten schnitzel into the toilet and tried to flush it. It didn't flush. He left. So we are all in our rooms as we hear one of our drills scream to get out and line up. We line up, and he was one of the super serious guys, 190 meters tall, easily 100 kilograms of pure muscle and always mean mugging everyone. He starts screaming at us telling us that we are pigs. No one knew what went on. Then he started yelling someone threw a freaking schnitzel into the toilet. As he finished he started smiling. First time in months I saw the dude smile. Everyone started laughing hard. He got angry again and started repeating himself. He starts laughing once he hits the schnitzel part again. We all laugh again. He just tells us we are dummies and someone better fish that piece of schnitzel out ASAP. Well, one time, when I was in basic training, my petty officer was going around asking questions to people. If you got it wrong, everyone had to do push-ups. If you got it right, he just moved on to the next person. I was in panic mode, because all the questions before now had been really difficult, or maybe I was just stupid. In retrospect, I'm inclined to believe the latter. Anyway, my turn came up, and the interaction went as follows. Petty officer, Dandy Lau, what is the Navy's birthday? Me, ecstatic because this is one of the few bits of trivia my brain had decided to retain. Relieved, sir. October 13th, sir. Petty officer, what year? Me, without missing a beat. Every year, sir. The room was quiet for a moment as the horror sank in. Everyone laughed at me. The petty officer laughed at me. Not a mocking laughter, but a sincere, "Oh my god, I can't believe you're this stupid" kind of laughter. I wanted to die. I had to do a lot of push-ups. Edit, guys, this isn't verbatim. This was over a decade ago. I didn't stay in basic training longer than 4 weeks. I got sent home for a medical issue. I retained like nothing from the military, so I'm not denying the verbiage is probably wrong. I get it. Navy Boot Camp 2008, we had a big Samoan guy in our division who loved singing Disney songs. This dude started singing A Whole New World in a shower with 80 other dudes and all of us started singing along. I can remember our RDC just shaking his head and grinning. This has absolutely nothing to do with boot camp or drill sergeants, but back in high school we would change in the restrooms after PE, and one of my friends started doing the Jurassic Park theme. Eventually everybody joined into the point that around 13 teenagers were changing out of their PE clothes while singing it. This big black guy named Aaron walked in and said, "Are y'all singing Jurassic Park?" There was a pause of silence and my friend replied, "Yeah." Aaron goes, "Oh really, that's my shitty." Then everyone continued changing and singing while Aaron did the same while sitting on the toilet, lol. A master corporal was calling drill for us once and his voice cracked on the command. So he went from yelling in his normal kind of deep voice, he was a big dude, to a loud shrill dude impersonating a woman kind of voice. Everyone took a second, but the other instructors for our platoon cracked and everyone just kind of laughed. Not exactly a drill sergeant, but during basic training we were marching in formation when we suddenly hear a thump. Turns out one of our comrades dropped his helmet. Of course our instructor saw this and responds with "Ein deutscher Helm fällt nur einmal." A German helmet is only dropped once. Pretty common military textbook phrase. He commands the soldier to pick up his helmet and we carry on marching. About 30 seconds later we hear the same sound again. So I turn around and ask myself how you can possibly fail the simple task of helmet retention. You basically just clip it to your carry rig while already waiting to hear the instructor saying the same phrase again. What do I see? Our instructor turning around, doing his personal walk of shame, and picking up his helmet. Let's just say we weren't short on beer when we celebrated the end of basic. Bay inspection day. The company first sergeant and commander are going through each platoon's bay and checking everyone's shti and casually grilling the recruits on the base's command tree. Our company first sergeant goes to our platoon leader and asks him what position does command sergeant major insert name hold in this base. It's a trick question, the answer simply being command sergeant major. Anyways, the platoon leader hesitates before belting out something extremely retarded. I don't remember verbatim, but it was something similar to command sergeant major insert name as a star commander leader chief of Fort Benning, first sergeant. Everyone freezes. Even the drill sergeants don't even breathe. The company first sergeant stares at this guy for like 20 seconds before muttering loudly, "You frickin' retard," and shakes his head and leaves the bay. Doesn't even punish him. Even the DS is laughing and calling him a freaking dumber. Was pretty excellent and everyone broke out laughing when they left.